This time on Rat and Cat, old guys who build stuff finish up the mosquito shelter.
I just love trail shelters, and saving another one is a really, really cool feeling. And we're keeping a resource alive that's been neglected and forgotten, and so that's very satisfying.
Ernie isn't even paying attention.
I know, he's
just scurrying now. He isn't even paying attention.
He's smiling at the camera.
I think people will benefit from the shelters because they know that they're old, and they know that it's something that they can think about. Gee, what was it like when those people were here? And kind of a dreamy kind of thing.
Trail shelters were built in the 1930s by the Civilian Conservation Corps. They were part of a network along trails that was originally intended for firefighting. So there would have been telephones in all of these. It would have allowed for open communication and just much more effective and safer firefighting. So that was the original purpose of these trail shelters. They eventually ended up becoming a recreational item where people could camp out as they were hiking along trails. On the Gifford Pinchot National Forest, we had somewhere around 3.5 dozen by my count, and this is a review of historic maps to see where trail shelters were located. So we had about 3.5 dozen. We're down to about 8 on the forest. And there's a number of reasons why we don't have a lot of those left. Is often just neglect. We've had some burned in wildfires. A couple got taken down when Mount St. Helens erupted in 1980. So we're down to about 8, and we have this great group of volunteers called Old Guys Who Build Stuff, who have a real interest in helping to preserve this past. So they come in, they do something that we don't have the capacity in the Forest Service to do anymore because we don't have the money or the resources. So they bring in a lot of the materials, we provide some support, and we're able to do rehabilitation and rebuild these wonderful pieces of history.
We had the nailers and the rafters on last week. We trimmed them up this morning and then started shaking about 10 o'clock. And we are just finishing now, and it looks beautiful. We're pleased with it. We're done, and we'll go on to the next shelter now.
Please no graffiti, don't write your name or any dates or anything like that on the shelter, but enjoy it for what it's here for. Enjoy it for the recreational opportunities that it provides. You don't even need to set up a tent if you're out here. You can just throw your sleeping pad and your sleeping bag down in the shelter and enjoy an open air experience.